Okay, even easier, 10.4 I think is the easiest section in this unit. And we're looking at radius and tangents. So tangent lines are just barely going to touch the circle right there. So this is still the radius, and the tangent line doesn't go through the circle, it goes right on the edge. So it's kind of like if you were to line, like if you had a piece of paper on your desk and you were to lay your water bottle flat. The piece of paper is going to touch it exactly once, okay? So it doesn't ever go through the circle. So if you notice on problem number 1, here's our tangent line, and then this right here was our radius. And we know that a radius and a tangent will actually form a right angle. It's a cool property. So if you have right angles, you can connect those lines to make a Pythagorean theorem problem. So on this problem right here, we have A, this whole thing is B, and we have C. Make sure it's the whole thing. So 1.5 squared plus B squared equals 2.5 squared. When we go through and square those, let's just do that on a calculator really quick. You get 2.25, we get B squared, and we get 6.25. So B squared is 4, which means B is 2. And you can figure that out, square rooting if you need. Now B, let's go back to our picture here. B was this whole length. Okay, and if I look at where my question mark is, it's just this piece. So if that whole length is B, that's also the diameter. And my question mark is the radius. So you're just going to cut it in half. So your question mark is 2 over 2, which is 1. So simple, pretty easy. Just make sure you're paying attention to these lines that tell you where they're marking the numbers. So like 2.5 is this whole piece. 1.5 is this whole piece because there's nothing else really to question that. Okay, let's try another practice problem. Okay, this one's probably the trickiest one you'll find. So again, radius, tangent, right angle. We have a triangle. This whole side is C, and then we have A and B. So 9.9 squared plus 16.8 squared is C equals C squared. And remember to mark C as your hypotenuse, or across from the right angle. So we go through and solve these. Go ahead and square both of those in your calculator. Make sure you get the same answers as me. You get 282.24. And we're going to add those together. And then, to get rid of the square, we square root. So we get 19.5 equals C. And take a look at our picture. I want you to try and figure out, how do I get my question mark from C? So I know C is 19.5. Go ahead and pause the video and try to do that on your own right now. Okay, so you might have noticed that this line right here is R. We have another line R right here. And R plus our question mark equals C, or 19.5. And we already have R down as 9.9. So you just subtract it, and our question mark ends up being, let's make sure I got this. Try it in your calculator too. You get 9.6. And make sure you pay attention on the homework for rounding stuff, but I think most of them are to the 10th. And that's it.